Hey everyone, Tony George. Week 11 NFL opening line reports. It should be stated right up front that this is raw, candid, unfiltered. Couple of guys taking a piss over a fence post, just having a Coca Cola, talking about this week's NFL action. And of course, probably going to be a little bit sarcastic and heated, a little bit disgusting terms of my attitude about the NFL. I mean, it's been a crazy 2 weeks. Jekyll and Hyde. Conventional handicapping techniques have been out the window. They don't even matter what you're seeing on the field. Bad officiating, teams not getting off the bus, just insane results. And not excuses either. These are all just facts. I've had some of the sharpest bettors I know out here that bet at a minimum of 5 dimes on a game just been getting their rear end handed to them over the past 3 weeks. Just crushed. Handicapper friends of mine, some at Docs, some at other places that I've known for my 30 years in the business. I had 4 or 5 texts last night during the Monday Night Football game. Well, what's going on? This whole what? And I tweeted last night, my Twitter at TGeorgeSports. I said, hey, there's 2 teams on the field tonight on Monday Night Football I'm unfamiliar with. Completely unfamiliar with. Yeah. So, we're going to break them down, take a look at them, tell you what we think. Leave your comments below. We will filter out the comments. Let me put Coca-Cola there. Maybe they'll give me a sponsorship. Leave your comments. Keep the cuss words out of it because they have cuss words in it. We can't put it up here because of guidelines for YouTube. So the F-bombs and the haters, we're going to filter you out. Same thing with competitors putting, links into their picks page on their website telling you they're, 91-0 on Monday Night Football when the wins out of the West and, the team's off back-to-back losses in conference and now travel west, blah, blah, blah. All that crap. We filter, go get your own, do your own work, boys. But nonetheless, we'll filter all those out. We'll tell me what you think, what your picks are, what your parlay is going to be, what your teaser's going to be, what are you thinking, your totals, whatever. What your super lock of the millennium's going to be this weekend. And I'll make comments throughout the week, so check back in. Doc Sports, free $60, link in the description below. Thumbs up, subscribe, all those good things. Let's go ahead. And by the way, I've not seen these lines. I have not seen them. Not seen them. It's Tuesday morning. I needed to take a step back. So, nonetheless, here we go. Let's pull them up live. Direct from Las Vegas. Thursday night football game, New England minus 446 on the road at Atlanta was the opener. Now it's minus 7, 47.5. New England, I had the under last week. Nice job on defense. I just thought Cleveland would hold you to 24. Maybe 28. I thought you could hold them to 10. Thought you could beat them. Wow. Nice job by the Browns defense last week, huh? Talk about a no-show. And New England, I've said it all year long, and I'll say it again this week. They have done it with defense. They're covering up some shortcomings they have on offense and the fact that they're breaking in a rookie quarterback who's he's not an elite quarterback. He may be down the road. He's got a lot of potential, but he's still raw. Still makes bad decisions, still makes some mistakes. Looked good last week. They were down 2 running backs. They still just ran all over him with Stevenson. I mean, Bill Belichick and McDaniels are doing the best coaching job they've done in the last 5 years this year at New England. And they're nipping at Buffalo's heels, which I did not think would happen. Atlanta, on the other hand, you just flat out suck. Suck. You made Dallas's defense look like the Ravens when they went to the Super Bowl with Ray Lewis. Dallas's defense is not that good. I put New England in a teaser for sure with somebody. I'm not going to lay 7 on a Monday night. We tried that last week with the Ravens, all the way up to 8, even 9 in some spots. They got beat straight up. Crazy things happening. You would think, oh man, Atlanta with Matty Ice at quarterback at home getting a touchdown on a Thursday night game when someone's going to travel in off a huge emotional win. It's an automatic take. Get on them. Unload. No. Put New England in a teaser. Detroit, Cleveland. Detroit. I had the Pittsburgh Steelers in Circus Survivor last week. How'd that work out? After we put the pick in, about an hour later, it comes out that Roethlisberger has COVID. So right then, I thought we might be screwed. I didn't like a minus the 9 anyway. What a debacle. Goff can't throw the ball. He's hurt. He's banged up. Had a bad left hip or something. Until they got into overtime, he'd only thrown for 33 yards in an NFL game on the road. You should be getting crushed. I mean, conventional handicapping wisdom and stats when you're looking at them do not make any sense this year. It doesn't make a difference. Throw it out the window. And Pittsburgh couldn't do anything to stop the run. They ran Swift all over him. Cleveland, minus 10, 46.5. Now total down to 44.5. I like the under in that. Check the weather this time of year in Ohio in mid to late November. I'm not laying 10 with Cleveland, I can tell you that. San Francisco, Jacksonville. San Francisco, what a deal on Monday. Shanahan owns McVay. McVay is his biatch. Unbelievable. Without basically a running game. They manufacture plays out of the backfield, running wide receivers, and against that Rams defense, what do you think they're going to do to Jacksonville? Opened up a 5.5, now 6.5 and 46. There you go. There's your teaser. New England and San Francisco. Lock of the century. Going back to the 80s loudmouth tout days. One of which I was not, but that used to be a common. What was the one I heard was super lock of the millennium. Wow. I'd take New England and I'd stick him in a teaser with San Fran. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Indianapolis, Buffalo. Buffalo minus 7. Are you impressed because they blew out the Jets? No. Mm-mm. Colts. Buffalo minus 7, total 50. It's still sitting at 50 and minus 7. I definitely look at the over and I definitely look at Indianapolis. Miami and the Jets. Battle uglies. Miami travels to New York. Boy, the front office is not, and the coaching staff does not want to make a commitment to Tua at quarterback there, which always raises a red flag to me. They're still shopping around. Puts up decent numbers. I don't know. Something's not right there. Miami up at minus 2.5, 45.5. They are traveling, and now it is 3 and 45. When you have a battle of bad football teams, and one is at home catching points, you always take them. You want to take the Jets? Coming off that total butt whipping they had last week? I can only take the Jets. I'm telling you. Washington, Carolina, look at this. Washington on the road, travels down to Charlotte. Opened up at Carolina minus 2. Cam Newton, I'm back. Both these teams pulled off massive upsets last week. Washington over Tampa Bay. Carolina over Arizona. It should be noted that both Tampa Bay and especially Arizona had key players out offensively in those games. Now it's 3.5 and 43. Carolina. Washington's quarterback's playing better than people give him credit for. They've got some weapons. They also are playing better defense the last 3 weeks than they were. You know, they were touted as being one of the best defensive teams in the league coming into this year. They were going to be a top 10 defense, this, that, and the other, and they stunk up the joint like a mofo to open up the season. They're playing better now. I can only take Washington the hook there on the 3.5. 3.5 across the board. Baltimore at Chicago. Baltimore. The old reverse adage. Denny Green. They are who we thought they were. No, they're not who we thought they were. After last week's debacle and a lot of time to prep. A lot of time to prep. They opened up as a 6-point road favorite, total 45. Now it's 6.5 and 45. Chicago. Wow. Just kind of a train wreck. Fields is getting better every game. Could give Ravens defense. I can only take Chicago. Philadelphia, New Orleans. New Orleans, everybody's sharp side, sharp bet. Get all over them. Sprinkle the money line on them against Tennessee. Tennessee, no good. They're a false favorite. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Philadelphia, pick 'em, and 43.5 was the opener. And now Philadelphia 1.5 and 43.5. I'm not buying. If you take a look at Philadelphia, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's do some live research, shall we? Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick because I want to tell you about Philadelphia and why you might want to be wary about laying points in this spot. That 9 surprises me, actually. I haven't seen this line. All right. -1.5. Philadelphia. Let's talk about them. So you played Denver, who's a bad team, you beat them. You played Detroit, bad team, and beat them. You lost to the Chargers. You lost to the Raiders by 11. You lost to Tampa Bay. You beat Carolina without McCaffrey. You lost to Kansas City. You lost to Dallas. You lost to San Francisco. And you beat Atlanta. So let me ask you a question. Since we're all just sitting around here being friendly and everything, who have they beaten? Give me New Orleans. Houston, Tennessee. Tennessee -10, now 10.5. 44.5 is the total. Use Tennessee in a teaser. If you're not sold on Tennessee right now, even without Henry, you're not paying attention. Green Bay, Minnesota. Oh, here we go. Here we go. -2, 50.5 was the opener. Now it's 2.5 and 49. Take the over. And I kind of lay Minnesota there too. Cincinnati, Las Vegas. How about my boys, huh? How about my boys on Sunday night? I went to the game with Mrs. George. Put a picture for you on Twitter, @TGeorgeSports. Go follow me. Let's see. Opened up at a pick'em 48.5, and now it is Cincy -149. Give me the Vegas Raiders in a teaser. There you go. 2-team 6-pointer. Arizona, Seattle. Arizona on the road off a butt whipping by the Carolina Panthers. Made Cam Newton look like he was playing back at Auburn against a weak sister. All right. Murray, got to check the status of Murray and Hopkins in this one. Obviously, I don't know what it is, so I really don't want to make a comment. But it's flipped 4.5 points to Arizona -2.5, total 50. Seattle, goose egg on the board against Green Bay's defense. And I've told you all year long, Green Bay's defense better than you think. Look what Kansas City's offense did on the road. I watched them in person, one of the fastest NFL teams I've ever seen. Good vantage point to watch it. They rendered Kansas City useless at Arrowhead. That defense is good. They shut Seattle down with Russell back. You know? Seattle's offense under 50. Dallas, Kansas City. Oh, here we go. I know this line. Kansas City 2.5, total 55.5. Total shot up 3.5 points since it opened at 52. Check the weather in Kansas City. It should be a high-scoring game. I can only take Kansas City. Sorry. You want me to change my hat? Buy sign on Dallas because they beat up Atlanta? Really? Why? Wow. Falcons might not even be the best team in the state of Georgia. Might be the Georgia Bulldogs. You have no running. They had no. You played a team with no running game and an aging Matty Ice Ryan. Kansas City's quarterback Mahomes is no joke. Is Kansas City cured? That's the best defensive performance they've had all year. All the stars in this game are on the offensive side of the field, 55.5 over. Pittsburgh, Chargers. Pittsburgh on the road, 3-point underdog. 48.5 to open. Fast forward, minus 4.5, 47. Chargers got beat last week by Minnesota. They only put up 20 points against Minnesota's defense, which is like a funnel to the end zone. Pittsburgh, looks like Watt's out. I can only play Chargers there. I think Pittsburgh's a bad football team. And I'm pissed off at them. So take that for what it's worth. Chargers roll. Chargers roll. The lightning bolt strikes. Yeah, I like Chargers in that game, actually, in all seriousness. Monday Night Football, the New York Football Giants, the G-Men taking on the Bucks, who are coming back to Tampa with their tail between their leg, and they are in a slump. Getting Gronk back this week. Who else they getting back? Brown, I think, too. Brady might have all his weapons. Minus 11, 50.5. I can only take the Giants on Monday Night Football. So that's our line report. Leave your comments, guys. And we'll give them their due diligence here if they carry any merit. Tell me who you like. We're going to have a better week this week in the NFL. I can tell you that. There's 4 or 5 plays I just ran through here that are worthy of a 7-unit pick. One of them a totals play. Just from what I've seen here. And see, one thing about this, when you have insane results in the NFL, like we've had the last couple of weeks, that goes against any conventional handicapping wisdom whatsoever. Just throw it out the window. You know, one thing that I always find to be true is your initial gut reaction versus paralysis by analysis. Because when you've had a couple of weeks where you got beat up, you're going to go over it, go over it, go over it, and go over it again. And then maybe you'll reach out to some friends. You'll read some things online. You'll see something on TV. Couple of different publications I follow with certain sports writers in the handicapping business and beyond, even mainstream, that I put some stock into that makes me change my mind when initially I thought something. So go with your gut reaction. Take the guesswork out of it. You know, some of these teams aren't passing the eye test right now, and other ones are. You know? And then when they do the next week, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. You know, so you got to tiptoe through the tube slightly, keep your volume low, and let's win some money this Sunday in the NFL. Thanks for tuning in. Doc Sports. Be there, be square, boys.